Hi. We are here with Much Ado About Nothing, or... Yes. This way. Yes, we did go to Shakespeare in the Park to see this production. This production is actually very special to us because our godbrother is in the cast. He plays Conrad. It meant nothing to me before seeing it because not really huge Shakespeare buffs or anything like that. So needless to say, we knew nothing really about the story. But before we get into that, oh my goodness, it was so worth it, the wait. And if you don't know, Shakespeare in the Park, is it produced by the Public?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically the Public
Public,
Theater. And it allows everyone, not just New Yorkers. What happened?
It says Public.
Oh, yeah. Down here. Oh, also they have a little pride. Wait, a little pride right here. They allow, this way. They allow New Yorkers and, I guess, people in town to come. Usually it's in the summer, right?
Yeah, they usually.
They usually like summerish. I know they do a couple of productions. But anywho, to come, free tickets to these productions. And from what I hear, they're usually always great. We've attempted tickets to see Hair in the past. And we went in high school. We were about 15 or so. And the first day we got there too late, even though it was early. But we got there too late. We were not able to get tickets that day. Okay, we revised, came back a little earlier. The next day, we're able to get tickets, but the forecast was not so nice. It poured.
So we have to let the people know that the theater is outside.
Yes. Oh, it's an amphitheater.
Yes.
Is it right?
Yeah,
yes,
it's outside.
Amphitheater.
So if it rains,
and there are no umbrellas permitted inside. You gotta bring your poncho. Apparently, they don't really cancel for weather. Not normally, but I specifically remember that day. It was like we were soaked, and they canceled the production, and the cast sung Aquarius.
I mean, because a light drizzle is fine, but it was pouring.
Yeah. The cast sang Aquarius for us over the loudspeaker, which was nice. I've yet to see a production of Hair though. I really want to see Hair. We didn't even see that revival that came. Maybe one day soon. Okay, so, but Joy and I went to Shakespeare in the Park. We got there early. We had our chairs. We said it was not so bad. Maybe we were there for 3 hours. We sat for about 3 hours. We got there like...
It was...
Like 8 something? 8, little after 8:30 maybe, a little before 9.
It was... Yeah, around 8:30.
Around 8:30ish. And then...
They opened at 12, so...
Yes. They start moving the line at 12. And they really mean 12 when they say they start moving the line. I was like, oh boy. But yeah, we were able to secure our tickets. We got 3. I think each person is allowed 2.
2.
2. You know, I don't know when they started this ID system, but now they have this like
patron ID,
like a patron ID that you have to sign up for, and they really, if you don't have one, they come around at one point during the wait, and you can sign up for one,
like 10 or so.
Yeah, so that was nice, but we had one, because we did our research. Do your research, and then and we came back. It was so exhausting. Though, such a long day. The production was 2 hours, 45 minutes. Let me see if it will tell us.
It was close to, the show was close to 3 hours.
Yep, it sure was.
Of a runtime.
Mm-hmm.
There was a 10 minute?
15 minute maybe? Intermission? In it.
So, basically, this production was directed by Kenny Leon, which is the guy who did The Wiz Live and a whole bunch of other stuff. And what's special about this production is the cast is all black.
It's all black.
It's all black cast. And they modernized the sets and the costumes, but it was true Shakespeare language.
Yeah. Elizabeth.
Yeah, Shakespearean, whatever.
but it takes place in current time. It's current
at like Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah, Martha's Vineyard, which brings me to the set. I'm not sure if if it's true of all their productions there, but there was one set, and it was basically a house in Martha's Vineyard, and it was beautiful. It really looked like somebody could live there. I mean, of course, it doesn't extend another 40 feet, but like it was really, it was really beautiful. It was really beautiful, this house that they created, and then like the backyard out, right? It's supposed to be like the back of the house.
Yeah, the sides, the back
porch, and then the side of the house, and then the backyard or whatever. So that was great. And then there was, and that was it. That was the whole set. The whole time. And they make really good use of the aisle, the little stairs, the aisles, and the seats. It's actually this one part, not spoilery, but Danielle Brooks actually goes out into like the audience, which was really fun. We got like a warning when we went that she switches it up every night, so they don't know where she's gonna go exactly. But if you're in like the first like 4 rows, you could have her squeezing by you or whatever she does. I know she sat one woman on her lap. She like took her seat and like sat the woman on her lap at one point, so that was funny. But which brings me to our seats. We had great seats actually. We sat in section D, row C. So 3 rows, 4 rows, because there's that one at the bottom and then the 3, and then so about 4 rows from the front. Great view. We were in the center of the aisles of the row.
It's a very small.
Oh yeah, it's very tight. That theater is extremely tight. We don't want to say it was the Broadhurst, but it was the Broadhurst.
It had more. It had more knee room.
Did it?
Just the width was
a little bit. Yeah, it was very tight. That theater holds,
like 18,
like
16.
Yeah, and I was like, maybe we could just cut down 200 chairs or something, so we could just have a little more, like, and then I can't even imagine.
So long,
and it was long, and then a little hot, a little bit. And we had brought a jacket because it's nighttime now, and it's gonna get a little breezy. But nope, not when you're like this. Up to people, you don't need it. Oh, we didn't talk about what the show was about.
Couldn't tell you.
Joy, yes you can. You can. It was a little hard to follow at first, but once you figure out what's happening, it's okay. So basically, Much Ado About Nothing. We knew nothing about the show. Essentially, was about. Now let me look in here for names because
it's a Shakespeare play. People.
Is it considered a comedy? I think so. This one's considered a comedy.
People double crossing each other and backstabbing and pretending to be other people and.
Okay, so it is about. It's actually a very ensemble piece, but no, mainly it's about Beatrice, who's played by Danielle Brooks, who we saw in The Color Purple, the revival, which was like, it's so crazy who we see more than once, right? Isn't that?
Yes.
Like, I never expected to see Danielle Brooks.
Yeah.
And on stage twice, but that was nice. Who plays Beatrice? Well, Danielle Brooks plays Beatrice, and she has this some history with a fellow named, is it Leonardo? Is he Leonardo? Or is he Benedict? Wait. Oh, wait. I'm so...
Also, Denzel Washington's daughter was in it. Olivia Washington.
Oh, yeah. She was Margaret.
Yeah.
Oh. And Chuck Cooper was in, who we saw in Prince of Broadway. And, he's a stage man. Was his name Benedict?
Who was Benedict?
The who Danielle Brooks had her little history with. Was he Benedict? Or was he Leonardo? No, he wasn't Leonardo. Leonardo's Chuck Cooper. What am I talking about? So he was definitely Benedict then. The really funny one? Grantham?
I can't remember.
Why are we like this?
I can't remember their names now.
So basically, Chuck Cooper has his daughter and he has this like niece, and his niece is not, I don't want to say brash, but she knows what she wants and what she does not want, and one of those things is she does not want a man. She's very adamant about that. But she has history with this guy. I think he's Benedict, who provides a lot of the comedic moments. Mm-hmm. If I'm not mixing up my peoples, in the show, and
Claudia.
No, Claudio was who Hero was with. Yes.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. Okay. So they have a whole thing in here for you to read about what it's about. Maybe I should find that and read that. No, I'm going to give my own interpretation.
Well, then, yeah, go ahead.
So, she does not want a man. But his daughter, because that's what you do, you marry off your daughters, he wants her to get married to, I believe his name was Claudio, or whatever. Mm-hmm. He's like one of...
He's a prince, right? Is Claudio a prince?
Maybe, yes. Or Don Pedro? Why can't I...
Anywho, there's a lot of backstabbing going on from like their respective peoples.
Oh, let me just read it. Okay, so it says, our modern dress production is set in the near future, 2020, on the eve of the election in the American South. Oh, it's not? Martha's Vineyard? Where did I get Martha's Vineyard from? Mm-hmm. Anyway, as in Shakespeare original, our Don Pedro hails from Aragon, though here, Aragon, Georgia, like Much Ado About Nothing, first stage in Elizabethan London, this Delacorte production never depicts those in the community is fighting against, emphasizing instead the values that the community is trying to defend, blah, blah, blah. The play begins with Don Pedro, along with Benedict, Claudio, and other men and women, including Don Pedro's disloyal brother, Don John, and his henchmen, Borachio and Conrad, which is our godbrother, Kyrie, returning from a war. They arrive at the home of Leonato, who was Hero's father and Beatrice's uncle. It doesn't take long for Benedict and Beatrice, who have a past together and who both profess to have no interest in a relationship with each other, to resume their merry world words. They were actually really nice to see together. Like, their banter was so great. And Danielle Brooks is so good at comedy.
Yeah, she's funny.
She's a great actress.
She's just talented all around.
She can sing. She can dance. Which also, there was not a lot, but there were dancing in the production, which was very unexpected. And the use of music was very...
Yeah, they used modern music.
Yeah.
Like, as the scene changed, music was like rap.
If I had to change something about the show, sometimes those scene changes were kind of a little odd for me. And I remember you saying you would have cut some things.
It was too long.
This is like you were like there was like two things I could think of that they could have just gotten rid of.
2 or 3 scenes they could have cut from the opening just to speed it up just a little bit.
Okay, but let me go back to it. So, meanwhile, Claudio and Hero fall in love during the course of a mass dance, and with Don Pedro's help, are engaged to be married. Yes. So Don Pedro and Hero get together, and they were actually really cute to see together. But of course, just knowing what you know about Shakespeare, it's not gonna go well, right? So the friends of Beatrice and Benedict then devise a plot to make the two fall in love with each other. But they already fell in love. That's hard to understand. But I guess they use the same. It's the same. It's a classic script. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, even though they look modern, there's, did we say that? Yeah, they were speaking Elizabethan. So, the friends of Beatrice and Benedict then devise a plot to make the two fall in love with each other by a trick in which Benedict will overhear his friends recounting Beatrice's supposed secret love for him, while Beatrice's friends plan to play the same trick on her. At the same time, that part was funny. Mm-hmm. At the same time, a darker plot is set in motion by Borachio and Don John, in which Claudio and the others are fooled into believing that Hero has been unfaithful on the night before her wedding. Yes, those three were doing the most. Mm-hmm. And I was like, let them live in peace, please. I don't understand what his problem was, but Shakespeare. So, in fact, what they see is another woman, Margaret, disguised as Hero, making love to Borachio. Shakespeare. At their marriage ceremony, Claudio denounces Hero.
It took too long to get to that part.
It did take a little while.
Too long. I just was like, we can cut like 25 minutes.
Yeah, basically Claudio was like, you're the worst. You're unfaithful. You're not pure. We can't get married.
And Leonardo's like, oh no, my daughter's unfaithful and she's unpure now. And I'm like, you just gonna take his word for it? Like, no one's gonna ask her any questions. We're just gonna go with what Claudio's talking about.
Yeah. So Hero, there's so much she faints. Right? It says, it does say it. Hero faints at this slanderous accusation and is presumed dead. She is carried off very much alive by her friends and hidden from sight. A furious Beatrice then demands that Benedict, if he truly loves her, should kill Claudio. That part jumped at me. It got really serious at that wedding. Like, up until then, I would say the tone of the show was very light. Once it gets to, like, the wedding, it gets very, like, oh. Like, that part jumped out at me when she was, like, kill Claudio. And I was like, ooh, is he gonna do it? Because I don't know anything about the show. I said, is he gonna die? Is he gonna kill him? We'll see. And anyway, a furious... He agrees to challenge his good friend to a fight. Thanks to comic constable Dogberry, which was played by, let me find this woman's name because I so much enjoyed seeing her.
Her performance was funny.
It really was. Dogberry's playing Latifah Holder. She was great. She was so great. And the other Watchmen who...
That guy did
their scenes were actually great. Yes, that guy was double casted. He played Leonardo's brother. What was his name? Leonardo's brother was... He's the only person that has 2 roles. So let me see. No, there was 2 people that has 2 roles. The first person would have been Eric LeRae Harvey. That was his name. Yeah. Who overhear Borachio bragging to Conrad, which is our godbrother. I think I mentioned that, but I like saying that. The cruel plot is exposed. A penitent Claudio, still believing that Hero is dead, agrees to marry a cousin of hers, sight unseen. So there was this like running gag that Hero may not be Leonardo's daughter. Right? He's like, yeah, that's what her mother says. And I was like, is he joking about her paternity? Or is it really like a question mark, but he's just kind of accepted it? Anywho, he says something to Claudio to the likeness that, because Hero's dead, that he had, his brother had a daughter who was in the same likeness as, who looked a lot like Hero, basically. You can marry her. And I was like, wait a second. So were they actually confirming that she was not Leonardo's and maybe actually the daughter of his brother? And I was so confused for a little tiny bit. And then we realized that it's actually like Hero. And so Hero ends up marrying Claudio anyway, but he doesn't know that it's Hero.
But I was like, why do you want him back?
I know.
He just slandered your whole existence on your wedding night in front of everybody.
Which is why she slaps him. Does that happen?
Oh, wow, he slapped her.
I know. No, she slapped them.
Oh, that's it?
No, but I would like someone to tell me if that happens in all the productions, if he gets slapped. So, agrees to marry a cousin of hers, sight unseen. When she is revealed to be his Hero at the ensuing wedding ceremony, Hero and Claudio are reconciled. Oh, so he does find out it was her? Yeah. It seemed like he found out it was her. Oh. Beatrice and Benedict agreed to it.
But was it all the trick?
Beatrice and Benedict agree Elias to marry as well. The play ends with news that John, who has fled, has been captured.
Yeah, they actually use a car in the production.
Yeah, that was unexpected as well. Yeah, they have a vehicle.
Roll up and then,
yeah. So that was much ado about nothing, despite the fact that it was extremely long, that the seats were very uncomfortable, although they have cushions, I guess, that you can ask for. It was actually a really good production when you think about we're musical people. There's like really no like song and dance to kind of keep us like, you know, like in our mood. You know, nothing to like really like tap our toes to. That it's done in, you know, your classic Elizabethan language, and that we knew nothing about the story. We really enjoyed ourselves. I really enjoyed myself once I was able to like understand what was like happening. I mean, I'm not saying that I had no idea what was going on while it was like unfolding and happening. That's not true. It just took a little more concentration, and then at intermission you reconvene, you figure stuff out. Okay, got it, we're good? Alright, good. So that was that. I was so excited for my godbrother who loves his Shakespeare. He really does. He does drunk Shakespeare, and he was in what was that? The Three Musketeers we saw him in. But Uptown, and
he did do he did Romeo and Juliet too.
Oh yeah, he did. Did we? I don't think we saw that.
I don't think we saw him in that, but he was Mercutio.
He was Mercutio. His name is Kyrie Walker. He's gonna be big. He is. And it was so nice to see him, because up until we saw we got this, we had no idea that he had a name and that he had lines. Sorry, Kyrie. We didn't know. We just knew he was in the show, and that was enough for us to go see him. And of course, and the cast was amazing as well. So nice to see.
And he helped you out in getting it.
Oh yeah. Bet you no one else's playbill looks like that. I think the people it's missing is Chuck Cooper. Yeah. Chuck Cooper was out, but he was so nice. He tracked down a lot of his castmates, and he asked them to sign my playbill for me, which they did, which was really like nice. And he also, Danielle Brooks was like leaving in her little golf cart, and he was able to get her to like stop for a moment and pause and write this, and she spoke to us for a little bit, and we got to tell her we saw her in The Color Purple, and she thanked us for coming today, that day, and then thanked us for coming to The Color Purple as well. So it's really, I would say it's good theater.
Yeah. I mean, I would say go on the weekend unless you have the day off after you go see it. But
like us, we went on a Tuesday because we had the day off, but also the show doesn't start until 8:00.
It gets harder to get tickets on the weekend because everyone has the time, so you might want to get there before 8. I would suggest on the weekend, and bring your snacks because you can't leave the park. You can't leave the park to eat. You can leave the line to go to the bathroom, but you can't leave the park. So bring your snacks, bring your chairs, bring everything you're going to need.
Go with your friend. Don't have your friend jump in line with you because that's together. Frowned upon. And I think you might get in trouble.
You're on surveillance. They know who's there, and they do.
Which was some what's the book with the Jabba Jays?
The Hunger Games.
That's some Hunger Games type stuff. They're like, we're on surveillance, and I'm like, where? In the trees? Who's watching us? That bird we're hearing is not a bird, but a camera. Like, I was really like, if I leave to go get a bagel, am I in trouble? Like, what's going on? I don't know. But yeah,
completely worth it. And they're doing Hercules and I forgot the other one they're doing.
Coriolanus.
They're doing that.
Maybe that's in here.
So who knows? Maybe we'll be able to go see another one.
We'll see. Coriolanus. Maybe they don't have what's coming next.
Maybe not. But it's totally worth it.
Oh, also let me see, because did what is it Beowulf? Yes, he did the scenic design. I was like, I believe the guy that does the commercials for the laptop or the tablet or whatever, I think that was him that did the set, and it was him, Beowulf. Oh no, I forgot his last name. Beowulf.
With a B, right?
Beowulf Boric. Yep. Beowulf Boric did it. I really like that.
He has a very Spring Awakening name.
Yeah. So, wow, I think this is our longest video ever. And a lot of it was because I was trying to give a synopsis about something I really should have just read from the jump.
Go see Shakespeare in the Park.
Go see
Support
Shakespeare
public
in the Park.
theater.
Support the public
Bye.
theater. Bye.